mission and I won't stop. No destination, but it's worth a shot. You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. You gotta let me go. Ready for a war, got my armor gear. Sharpen your sword cause the time is near. Gotta do it big like Bon Iver. I'm a rock star on a chandelier. Off the walls, yeah, I'm about to go crazy. For the beast, anybody that can tame me.
Got samples in the mail today from, I don't know how to pronounce the brand name. I'm probably gonna butcher it. Kosås. So we got shade 8, which looks too light, but we'll have to put it on just to make sure. And then we have shade 9, which I have a lot of hope for. We'll just have to see. I'd emailed the company, sent them probably a ridiculous amount of pictures because I have a hard time matching my face. I was thinking I wanted to try this one here, number 9, because it says it's deep dark with mauve undertones, and mauve is kind of like, basically it's purple, which seems to work best with my skin, and I can never ever find something that undertone, so I was really intrigued. And I told them, I was like, I think that might work for me, but if you don't think so, then don't bother. But they sent me shades 7, 8, and 9. I can't show you 7 because I've already given that away to one of my coworkers who is way, way, way lighter than me. I really don't think 8's going to work, but I'm gonna try that. This is a tinted face oil, so I haven't moisturized and I shouldn't need to. Probably isn't my shade, but I'm gonna put it in the places where I would highlight if it's too light, which it obviously is. It blends in kind of forgiving, but it also, that's not my color. I wanted to give it a try since, they did say that, they were gonna send me these the two shades of 7 and 8, just in case 9 didn't work. There's no way I would have thought that it would be 7 or 8, especially not 7. But again, this is shade 8. Oh, and shade 8 is deep golden tan with warm undertones, which is probably why it looks a little funky on me. But now we're going to try 9. Well, I think that'll work, but this yellow has got to be corrected first. Or just remove it. Let's just remove it. So it said to shake well. And for fuller coverage, it says 4 to 6 drops. And that's actually running, so then I'm gonna put 3 there. And 3 there. I don't know, but I think it kind of matches, or at least makes things blend better and also makes everything blend down better.
Try to wake me up.
Just gonna actually put a little bit more right here. It says 4 to 6 drops, and it might actually be 4 to 6 drops, but it's all over my hand too. It's not as obvious from far away, but I can still see that. So for someone who has relatively lovely skin, I think this would work. My skin isn't particularly awful, but it's also not fabulous. So we're gonna try to see if we can cover up those little spots. And if we can't, I'm just putting on some other foundation on top of it. Oh, and this has avocado oil, green tea seed oil, jojoba oil, meadow foam oil, red raspberry oil, and rosehip seed oil. And I have used jojoba in the past. It's just by itself, it's got a really strong, spicy bean dip smell, which I don't want to go around smelling like bean dip all day. Okay, so I don't know, this is like the least coverage I've had in years, but it's a start. So let's throw on some concealer and see what happens. Yeah, so Revolution Beauty C15, since that's like my probably best face match anyway. The color doesn't look too far off. I don't know, that's a really pretty finish, but I just don't think it has enough coverage for me. If I had more confidence or better skin, that wouldn't be a problem, but I don't think so. We are going to be trying out the Kosås shade 09 Tinted Facial Oil. Again, if there's enough left in the sample bottle. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough left for a full face since I've tried it a few times already. And if I want just light coverage, it should be fine, but I'm not a light coverage type girl. It has a very, very lovely finish on the places of my face that aren't too bad. There's just no coverage for the things that need covering. So after we put this on, I'm going to use concealer. I'm going to use concealer in the places that still need a little love. I love you too. I don't know, actually I was able to build it up a little bit on my nose. So for our concealer, we're going to use the Gotcha Covered by NYX, because I don't know, those spots are, you know, fairly covered, but I do like coverage. And this is the Gotcha Covered in the shade Ebony. And actually, it's a pretty decent color match too, so that's good. I love you too. Have a good day. That's what does one be covered. It's funny, the facial oil isn't nearly as shiny as my concealer. No, I forgot all that mess. Just use a little bit more. You can see that. I need to set my face, so I'm going to do my concealer real quick. Still going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Sand. So I got my concealer on. I'm going to set that real quick. Every weekend I mean to clean my makeup cart. I don't. I'm going to set with my pretty pink powder.
What?
Okay, we are set with the pretty pink powder. I definitely feel like contouring today. My darker Ben Nye powder. I've got my powder blurring brush from e.l.f. for this larger area. And for contouring blush, I don't care, those aren't words, but for contouring blush, I'm going to use my Juvia's Place, the shade Abby. Been really liking that lately. And I'm using my AOA F11 brush. Of course, I know I'm a little heavy-handed, as I say often, but I do my regular powder over all of this, and that just kind of subtles things out. If, I don't know, subtles things out. Is that a thing? We're calling it a thing. And I'm going to do my regular blush in a moment, because right now I want to get my eyes did. I'm going to use my Danessa Myricks Invisible Eyeshadow Base. My eye primer today. That is probably a lot. I am so excessive sometimes. I don't know what happened to the larger mirror I was using yesterday. I'm gonna go back to my little one just because that way you don't have the reflection going back into the camera. Today my shirt is just olive. Surprise, surprise. I try to just use the Revolution Life on the Dance Floor Sparklers palette. That, there we go. Let's throw on some blush. It's not my blush brush. Try it again, we're gonna put on some blush. That's Zane from the Juvia's Place Saharan Volume 1 palette. Get rid of my extra fake. I'll use my all over. Well, my blush is totally not even. Usually I would find my eyebrow brush, clean up my eyebrows, but I'm just not wasting time, so I'm just using my makeup wipe. Get out that powder. And that's what we're going with, because that's what we're going with. I'm leaving now. So I will see you later. Bye. So we're at about roughly 12 hours. 11 hours, 45 minutes, something like that. And this is how the foundation held up, or the foundation oil. Again, don't mind the glasses marks. I'm not super shiny or super oily. I am a little shiny and a little oily, but I also did not set my face with my translucent setting powder at the end of my makeup application, and I also didn't use a setting spray. I just used my rose water. So I think that's pretty good. I think the color's pretty decent. I mean, it's hard to tell because, you know, my neck is so much darker than my face and my chest is so much lighter than my face, as I say all the time. This is what we've got. Let's bring it in. This eyeshadow today. I didn't use any lip products, just didn't get around to it. These are the results I got with the Kosås Tinted Facial Oil in the shade 09. Oh, I did throw on some highlighter right before I left the house, after I put on my rose water, but that is it. I didn't even brush up my brows. So I think it's pretty decent. It's something I might think about getting in the future. The coverage wasn't nearly as light as I thought it was going to be, so that's really good. I mean, I still use concealer, but I was thinking that, you know, I'd need a lot more. Well, I guess that's it. I have some other things to share later this week, but right now I need to lay down. So thanks for watching.